Did you know you could make a pizza crust with these two ingredients? We're gonna make a mini personal high protein healthy pizza. So I'm taking a half cup of Greek yogurt, and then I'm gonna take a half cup of organic unbleached flour. A little bit more, maybe a little bit too much. Next, you're gonna take some baking powder. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon right on top, and then a pinch of salt. So this is a super easy recipe to make a crust. If you've been following my other videos, I made some really, really good bagels using a very similar ingredient ratio. But today we're gonna try to make it into a little healthy, high protein pizza crust. So we are gonna mix this all together. I might have to add a touch more Greek yogurt because I think I added a little too much flour, but we'll see, it might work out. Give it a good mix like so. Actually, I don't think we will have to add any extra yogurt. So sometimes it's a little bit easier to go in with clean hands. Then you can kind of form a ball and make sure it's all fully incorporated. Okay, so you're gonna take your dough ball and just kind of roll it, or I guess take your dough and roll it into a ball, like so. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna take my tray here that I have a little bit of parchment paper on, and I am just gonna press this down. I guess you could also use a rolling pin, which might actually be easier. Okay, I think it is gonna be easier to just kind of roll it out this way. So I'm gonna put another piece of parchment paper on top. Gino's making fun of my rolling pin, but I thought it was really cool. It's a marble rolling pin. Okay, now we are just gonna roll this out into our little pizza crust. Guys, for some reason, I can never get like an even crust, but you know what, we'll try. I'm just gonna kind of roll up the edges into our crust, like so, and then try to get it into a little bit more of a even circle shape as well. Okay, it's starting to come together. Okay, this looks pretty good here, so I'm gonna transfer it back onto my tray. I have my oven preheated to 350. Well, I guess actually just preheated right now, perfect timing. So I'm gonna stick this in the oven for, I'm not sure how long, because we just wanna get a pre-bake on it before we add our toppings. So I'll let you know how long it takes once I take it out of the oven. But we will bake it for a little bit, add our toppings, and then try it out. I am very excited. I've been craving a good pizza, so I'm hoping this healthier one tastes just as good as the classic. Okay, pizza crust going into the oven at 350. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes, and our crust is getting nice and golden brown on the edges. Might be a little bit thicker than I would have liked, but we'll just do more of a thick crust pizza. So let's go ahead and add our toppings. All right, we are gonna keep this super simple today. So you're gonna grab your favorite pasta sauce. I have been loving this brand. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it is so good, any of their sauces, and it has really good ingredients. There's no seed oils, it's made with olive oil, and there's no added sugar, which are two of the main things that I look for in any type of sauce: olive oil and no added sugar. So we are gonna add this on top. This is more of kind of like a vodka sauce, so it'll add good flavor. I also like that it's thicker. So we will do a nice spread of this. It's almost gonna be like a Chicago style healthy pizza because our crust is a little bit thicker, but I do kind of like that. Do you guys usually like thin crust or thick crust? You can roll out your dough to however thick you want it. Just know it will rise a little bit. So now I'm just gonna take some mozzarella cheese and sprinkle that right on top. Looks like we might have a little bit left over for Miss Lulu. She'll be so excited. Okay, that looks good. Come on, Lou. All right, get a little treat, you lucky girl. Okay, and then back into the oven our pizza's gonna go just until the cheese has fully melted. So I'm gonna guess it might take like, I don't know, 10 minutes, but we'll stick it back in the oven, let the cheese melt, and then we'll do a taste test. Okay, our pizza baked for another 8 or so minutes, and then I put it on broil for just like a minute or so just to get the cheese nice and crispy. And now we're just gonna slice it up. I also let it cool for a little while after it came out of the oven. And I'm just gonna slice it into fourths since this is a little personal pizza. Also, I forgot to show you guys, I wanted to show you the bottom crust. Look how perfect that turned out. And we have our crust here. I kind of like my crust a little bit doughier, so this is actually perfect for me because it has those the crispy bottom and then the crispy crust, and then the center is a little bit doughy. So that's actually how I like it. But you could cook it a little bit longer if you don't like it quite as doughy in the center. Okay, so let's go in for a taste test. Like I said, this is higher protein because it's made with Greek yogurt, and there's only 2 main ingredients in the crust, which you can't really find a healthy pizza crust like that at the store. It's really hard to find. Most pizza crusts have a bunch of unnecessary ingredients like added sugar, added oils, preservatives, gums, that kind of thing. So this is a much healthier option, and you could pair it with something like a salad or a vegetable, and it actually makes a really rounded out healthy meal. You could also add some protein on top. I just kept it simple today, but you could do some chicken sausage, some turkey pepperoni. You could do honestly anything, and I think it'd be good. So I'm excited to try it out. Let's go ahead and finally do the taste test. All right, guys, I just want to break this in half just to show you that melty cheese with our crust and that sauce. It tastes like a regular pizza crust, which is the crazy part because I feel like with a lot of healthier pizzas and pizza crusts, you can tell it's the healthier version. This just tastes like a normal crust. So good.